Hey up troops, A Littleton here again with another video, and this time we haven't got a particular subject as such, a specific subject. This time it's just a batch load of tips and things that you can do in game that I'm hoping is going to take your gameplay up to that next level. Now these have all come from when I've done things in the past when I'm streaming, and people will say in chat like, oh, you know, I didn't know that was there, I didn't know you could do that, etc. So I thought I'd collate them all into one video, and hopefully you might know some of these things, but hopefully it's going to elevate your gameplay and your skill up to that next level, and hopefully win you more games. That's the plan. That's enough waffling. Let's get stuck into it. Right then, tip number one, we're going to start with barricades. How to enter the map without breaking a barricade fully on attack. This is genuinely one of the questions I get asked the most when I'm streaming. Yeah, I do stream twitch.tv/A Littleton, exactly the same as the YouTube name, so give us a follow over there if you would. So, you can see that the barricade is split into panels, right? We've got panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, panel 4, panel 5, and so on and so on and so on. You can see it can fight quite away. I think I've just said far quite away, and you can see it from quite close as well. What you want to do is hit panel 1, 2, 3, and panel 4, 5. So panels 3 and panels 5. Now you don't want to hit them right down the sides, and you don't want to hit it directly in the middle either. You want to hit it about halfway across, either on the halfway across the left or halfway across the right. So aiming for panel 3 and aiming for panel 5. And now we can sneak in. That just gives you a bit of secrecy from the defenders who won't hear this sound, which is usually the sound that somebody's breaking the barricade, broken the barricade to get in. We'll do the same here. We'll do it on the right-hand side. 1, 2, 3, and 5, right? So, oh, let's get a bit closer. Panel 3, panel 5, in you go. Really good for sneaking in and doing a bit of a quick rush without fully giving away that sound. I know most people know that by now, or say a lot of people know that, not most people, but it's really worth knowing. Next tip here is drone deployment, and this can be found in the controls menu, and you've got the choice of standard or advanced. Now, if you go on standard, what this does is when you throw your drone, it will automatically put you onto your cams. I don't press anything else, and it automatically takes me onto the cams. This can be really frustrating at times when you throw a drone here, somebody runs out of that door now. There's nothing you can do about it because you go into your cams. 100%, there's no reason, in my opinion, not to be using drone advanced mode. What this does, it means you can throw your drone without automatically going onto your cams. So you will throw it, and you don't go on cams. You can press the cam button, and you can go into your observation tools. And you can still go into it that way. If you want to do it really fast, there's no real delay. Just make sure you press your cam button straight after. But it gives you loads more flexibility and loads more options with your drone, where you can throw it into a doorway and drone bait people as well. So say someone's holding you from this angle, you can throw that into there, and you can swing that corner. I guarantee you that person that's over here holding this angle will be like this, and then we'll shoot the drone as it comes in, just as you swing that door. Drone baiting 100% works. I mean, maybe not if it goes directly under a pipe like I've just done there, and now I can't pick it up for some reason, but oh, I can actually. Take it back. Whatever. It's definitely worth having it on advanced. There's no reason not to. Putting it on standard just limits what you can do with the drone. And like I say, if you do want to go into if you want to throw the drone and go straight into cams, it's no problem. You can still do that. You just got to make sure you press the cam button as soon as you've thrown it. Definitely start using advanced drone deployment if you don't, especially in year 9. Come on, man. Tip number 3 comes back to barricades, and it's usually when you're on rappel to get a nice little angle without breaking glass. So normally when people want to peek a window, they would shoot out a certain of the area like this, or shoot out part of it like this, and would try and peek underneath it, breaking the glass. If you shoot in the same area twice, it will break the barricade on the other side, but not smash the glass. So let's just say we want to get an angle on top of this window here to look over towards Pixel, but we don't want to break the glass. So what we'll do is we'll come to this area. Don't move the mouse, or don't move your controller after you've shot one bullet. Keep it exactly the same place. Shoot the other one. Now we've opened a bit of the barricade, but the glass still remains intact. Now we can peek over there without giving the defender the sound of breaking glass, which is what the usual sound is that people will pick up on. So you can hear how much louder that is. So again, I have to come off rappel here and go up onto the other one. Keep your crosshair in exactly the same place, and it'll break the same part of the barricade. Now we can go up here and peek through here with the glass still remaining on this side. Really, really handy if you want to get a quick angle, rather than having to break the glass and then peek it. Oh, I can hear that. Shoot the speakers. The next tip comes to opening hatches, which sounds super easy, right? Hit them with a shotgun, shoot them with a shotgun. However, have you ever tried to open a hatch and it takes like 3 or 4 or 5 bailiff shots, shotgun shots to open it? Well, I'm going to show you why that is and how you get around that. So, by doing that, or to do that, I need to open the hatch with a deagle to show you the makeup of a hatch inside. So let's just open this up a little bit, and you can see exactly what I mean. So the way you need to open a hatch and the way hatches get opened is by breaking these beams that make up the hatch. It's got nothing to do with this bit on top. It's all about these beams inside. So the way you open a hatch effectively is by breaking as many of these beams as possible. You do that, of course, by not standing over it and shotgunning like this, but by being on this sort of angle here and shooting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beams or so with one shotgun pellet or one shotgun shot. The same goes for this hatch over here. You can see that the beams inside the hatch also now run the opposite way. So they run vertically and they run that way. There's no massive technique to knowing which hatches run which way, because you can see the floorboards run this way here, but the floorboards run also horizontal here. On the hatch, they actually run the same way as the beams, but not every hatch has these wooden different grooves on, if you know what I mean. Some hatches are just wooden, you can't see the lines on them. But the best thing to do is just to go as low as you can, within reason, not prone, because you won't get all the hatch. Just come this far back or so, and what I'll do is I'll grab a bailiff now. Bailiffs are way more inconsistent in opening hatches than like mutant smoke shotgun. I'll grab a bailiff and show you what I mean. Okay, so we're back with a bailiff. I'm going to use this hatch to show you what not to do. So if we wanted to open this, we should crouch, come a bit further back, go sort of diagonally and get rid of all those beams. But if we stand over it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shots to the bailiff to do that. If we just go a little bit further back, take a step back, aim for about the middle of the hatch, make sure the crosshair's obviously not half on and half off, and we can one-shot the hatch from there. So I've just nipped down to Gym and Coast Guard to show you the same thing with the M590A1. Don't forget to punch or shoot the radio. Exactly the same thing again. Break as many beams as possible. One shot. Again, you see how I crouch there just to make sure I get the angle. Going over the top here, you wouldn't get as many beams. By crouching, you get more beams, even no matter which way the beams go. I tend to find as well, probably should have mentioned this earlier, if you don't know which way the beams go, if you don't go directly vertically or directly horizontally, you go on sort of a bit of an angle. You see how this is kind of diagonally? And this will work well as well. Again, another one shot. You can see the beams run horizontally there, and not vertically. Although I suppose it depends which way you stand, because now they run vertically. Anyway, you get my point. So yeah, stand a bit further back, crouch, and the key to opening the hatch is breaking as many of these as you can with one shot. So the next one involves fuse, and I've talked about this on probably 5 of my previous videos, but it's one of my favorite things to know about Siege because it makes you a miles better player because fuse is so usable. Right, so this is all about the direction of fuse charges and how you can accurately use fuse. So when we put a fuse charge down like this, there's a light at the top. The light at the top is important because the pallets come out in a certain pattern. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot a match replay and show you the angle that they come out at. So let's just bear in mind where we've put this fuse charge. And I'm going to step back. I'm going to cut. I'm going to take a screenshot. I'll be back in a sec. So welcome to Paint. Here are the screenshots that I was just talking about. You can see on the right-hand side, we've got fuse here with the fuse charge there. And then underneath, we've got what this looks like from below. And the fuse charge in this instance is going to be somewhere around here. But we'll come to that in just a second. So again, if you've seen this in one of my other videos, apologies, but I think it's a really good point. So the fuse charge always comes out to the right-hand side first in this pattern. So it comes out 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the first one is far left. Second one is middle left. Sorry, it's to the right. Let's start that again. First one is far right. Second one is middle right. The third one is central. Fourth one is middle left. Fifth one is far left. Okay. So what that looks like downstairs is the fuse charges here. The first pallet's far right. Number 1 is going to land here. Second one, number 2, going to land here. Third one, number 3 here. Fourth one, number 4 there. Fifth one, number 5 there. Now, how this changes each time you put the fuse charge down is based on the direction of the light that we mentioned to begin with. If you're facing a different direction, the first pallet that goes all the way to the right is going to go in a different direction. So let's just say, for example, let's get rid of these lines, and let's just say fuse up in kitchen was actually facing this direction towards the window, in which case, looking downstairs, and let's just say he places the fuse charge next to the hatch here, it's then going to go off in this order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's going to come out down to the right first, then middle right, center, middle left, far left. So you can see the pattern that it would happen on the floor. Now, if he was going to then say, for example, let's go all the way back, and let's say he did that again, but he was facing this way this time. Again, it's pretty obvious where we're going now. It goes to the right. So first would be there, 1, 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. It's always in a line, and it's always to the right-hand side first. Now you know this. There's so many sites you can play above on and clear the walkways or the areas where defenders can be below. If you were to place it diagonally and you have one play here, one place there, that's just not very accurate. You don't know where the pallets are going to go. Line it up, face the right way to make sure they're going to cover the right lines, and you'll be a much better fuse player. So to see that in game, I've pinged the fuse charge here. What I'm going to do is try and step back and make sure we don't get hit here. What you'll do is you'll see the fuse charge come through the ceiling, and as we've just talked about, the first one will go far to the right, the second one will go middle right, the third one will go middle, fourth one will go middle left, fifth one will go far left. Hopefully we don't die from getting hit by the pallets. Comes through the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what we'll see is a line of explosions. Oh, okay, normally sometimes it'll blow up these tiles, but you would have seen a line of explosions. So you saw it come out here. First one went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knowing that, we can now accurately clear areas below. So we could do the same for this line here. We could put it sideways on the hatch here to clear out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or other maps where you want to clear out certain areas, you could do it by knowing the pattern that it comes out in a line. And as long as it doesn't hit something, where fuse pallets can get a little bit wayward is if they were to come out and say hit this shelf, and then they just disappear all over the place. But as long as you place it like this, and it will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out to the right first. This next tip is pretty niche, but it's how to counter mirror on bank on the bottom floor. And if they don't have a mirror, how to just get a really good drone spot. And it's all about this drone holder. People forget about it all the time. I used this when I was streaming the other night, and somebody said they didn't even know it existed. Never mind, they don't use it. So outside the parking garage here, through this drone hole, it'll take you right into the basement outside elevator. First of all, you can just leave a drone here anyway, because it gives you insane information on this back end of the basement of bank. Alternatively, if mirror's not banned, you're generally going to see a mirror across this wall here or this wall here, and then one on the other side that we'll go to in a second. So you can get rid of the mirror there, or get rid of the mirror here. You can also get rid of the default cam here as well. And then alternatively, once you've got rid of one of those mirrors, you come around the back of vault. Very rarely will there be a player here playing here at this early in the round. Come to here and get the other mirror off there as well. That's both mirrors gone, and if they don't even know where your drone is, you can chuck your drone up on this shelf here and get good information for Red Corridor as well. I've done this so many times, it works all the time. Of course, if you're not playing Twitch or if they don't have a mirror, you can just bring a drone along here and leave that at the end of here and just get insane information with a regular drone anyway. Don't put it right on the edge because it's going to be a bit more obvious, you know, put it a little bit further back. I tuck it in a little bit as well. There's then another drone spot that I can show you. Another, where's my other drone outside? Bear with me, right there. There's another drone spot you can use outside. I just realised I had another Twitch drone, so I could have just used that if I wanted to. This one here. And this again is another really good drone spot that's going to go to the bottom of blue stairs, bottom of server stairs on the other side of the map. So you can leave this here just as a cool flank drone, depending on the site you're playing. Or obviously you can drop it down straight away you're in server. You don't have to worry about going around to the other side of the map. You can use that one as well. Okay, I'm going to show you two things about Villa Master Belk here. One from the defender side and one from the attacker side. Yes, I know I'm Ash, but just pretend I'm any random defender here. And pretend this is obviously barricaded. So, we're a defender. One thing that will get you a free kill in almost every game, and it works all the time in my champ lobbies, is punch this briefcase or suitcase out, come and sit under this window, and hold this angle here. What everyone does is as soon as they get to the top of the balcony here, they rappel up, they make sure no one's peeking that, they get here, and they go like this. And by the time that they've got there, you will see their ankles and their feet there, and it's a free kill every single time, I promise. I was going to say how you counter that then, but ended up by sneezing. How you counter that is a really nice little tip about getting your drone onto Master Balcony without having to go up red stairs and through statue, and without having to go up Astro stairs and through Astro. You can actually get your drone on the Master Balk, and you do that like this. Jump onto this balcony here, over the top, onto this one, up onto this branch here, a little bit higher up onto this branch here, all the way to the top of here, all the way to the top of here, and then onto Master Bell. Now, you can do this in the prep phase, and it's really, really useful for being able to drone out Master. Obviously, you're going to be able to see if someone's there before you get up there, but it's also useful in the prep phase to just put this drone here. It's really tough to get this here. Like I say, coming through the top of Red and through Statue, or trying to get up Astro Stairs is a nightmare. But you'll be able to get this here in the prep phase, and it's really useful for seeing if you can catch anyone napping at the start of the action phase on attack. The next one is all about Claymores. Now, Claymores are pretty, I don't want to say boring, because they can be really helpful, but that's the classic Claymore at the top of the stairs, right? Problem is with that, as you come up the stairs as a defender, you're generally going to see it and you can shoot it before you need to worry about it going off. However, you can get creative with Claymores. You can use punch holes and make holes in walls to make it be in areas where players aren't expecting. So if I get to the top of these stairs, I'm sort of expecting there to be a Claymore there, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled. However, if you were to do something like this, bear in mind, this would be for somebody who's attacking a statue trophy and, you know, you've taken 90 and you just want to worry about the main flank. You can make a hole in the wall, make it so it goes lower down as well. And come over here, place your Claymore here. Ensure that the lasers poke through the wall, like you can see there. And now, as a defender here, I get so nervous going through Claymore lasers, even as an attacker. As a defender here, as I get to the top of the stairs, I'll be looking for that. And, you know, I'll shoot that out as I go up the stairs. Then when I get to the top of the stairs here, I'm worried about 90. And also, don't forget that the lasers are going to be red here. So can I just quickly change that to red? Your team color, sorry, it needs to be... I need to change that to orange. Then I can change that to red. And now all of a sudden, that blue laser that we saw that was pretty obvious, you know, you shoot that one here. Now we go to 90. And I know it's a bit obvious because we can see it, but I guarantee you that isn't obvious if you're not looking for it. It works so well. It's the red laser now. I feel like it's going to go off. But that works so well to watch your flanks. And again, you could do the same this side as well. Do the same here and put one through the... oh, we're out of ammo. Put one there as well. So for anything that comes through this way, obviously you worry here as they might just come straight through here and not go past that area there. And I know this one's super basic, but whilst we're on the subject of Claymores, don't really ever need to place your Claymore like this. A Claymore only needs one of the lasers to be broken to go off, so you ideally don't want to be showing 3 lasers, because there's 3 things for the opponent to see. You want to be placing your Claymores at such an angle that only one laser crosses the door, and it only needs one to go off. You can see there, one comes across there. I would probably even say point it in closer than that, depending where the 3rd laser goes here. So that would be perfect. You see how that crosses the door? Again, it's obvious for us now, but it wouldn't be for a defender. So how much better does it look, or how much more conspicuous is it seeing 1 laser instead of 3? And again, as soon as they cross here, that would absolutely kill. As soon as it crosses the laser. So just think about the way you place your Claymores as well. I know that might seem obvious, but it's worth mentioning. I've mentioned this in a few other videos as well. It's not a tip, but whilst we're on Villa, did you know that in here is a nice little Easter egg of the Chanka dressed up as like a Greek or Roman god? You can either shoot it or you can punch it. The Chanka dressed up in like a Grecian Roman robe. It's pretty cool, but not everyone knows it's there. And finally, a tip for cafes: shoot the speakers. No, I'm just kidding. This is for vertical play, and this is the same for every single site and every single floor in the game. On the floor, there'll be a certain texture of the floor going one way or the other. As you can see, these planks are going, what, east to west, or west to east. That means that the floor rails, or the girders that make up the floor underneath, will be going the opposite direction. So when I hammer the floor in a second, you'll see the girders are running north to south. Because the floor's running this way, the girders underneath will run the other way. And that's the same everywhere. You can see below, the planks actually run the other way. So when I go downstairs and hammer the floor, I can guarantee the girders actually go east to west downstairs. Let me just nip over to another part of the map upstairs before we go downstairs to show you again. So you can see here, the planks go west to east. However, underneath, they'll go the opposite direction. Really good for knowing the type of angles that you're going to be able to get and the type of angles you're going to need to be on to make it effective, because using this one as an example here, so these run east to west, north to south, so the girders underneath are going to run this way. It's the same every single time, but it's worth knowing, because if you want to make vertical on this site, You don't want to be making vertical and holding angles like this, obviously. You can't see much at all. You want to be holding the angles that look through the sort of the lengthways of the girders underneath, if you know what I mean. They also run the same direction, so the girders will also run the same way again. Oh, by the way, whilst I'm here, I might as well show you this angle. I show this all the time because it's probably my favourite angle in the entire game. Buck is a little bit better at making this angle than Sledge, but what you need is this section from this part of the train here, or whatever this steam engine is, from here until here. You see this part of the floor, like this girder and this girder? You need this open here, and from here you can come back to this angle and you can shoot down here. And now Buck is a lot better at doing this, but you can see, we can see into coffee here. So that's an area down in kitchen that is really, really hard to open up because there's no vertical above it. But you can open up the water, the floor here, and then this wall between sites. From here now you can get an angle down into coffee. It's such a strike. You get a kill every time you open this angle, I guarantee it. So let's just carry on proving a point. These run east to west. The girders underneath run north to south. And we'll try one more over in fireplace. I've probably come the long way around here. Fireplace, we've got south to north or north to south girders, therefore underneath they'll run the opposite way, and that is the same for every map on every single site in every part of the map on every game, every map on the entire game. I've worded that well. So there we have it. Hopefully you didn't sit there going, yeah, I know that, Andy. Yeah, that one's rubbish. Yeah, I already know about that. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully you've come away with at least something going, that was quite interesting. Because I watch people's videos as well. I watch people play the game on Twitch, and I also sit there going, oh, I didn't know that was there. For example, that angle that I showed on Cafe that looks down into coffee, I only found out about that about 2 months ago, and I've been playing this game for nearly 5 years, and I only found out about that angle. And apparently, from what I'm led to believe, that's quite a common angle that people have been talking about. I didn't know that. So hopefully that's the same with some things we've just shown there. Anyway, so thank you very much for getting involved with the channel. As always, thank you very much for liking, commenting, subscribing. It all really helps out. If you want to support any further, there's links below to PayPal, Patreon, there's socials links to Twitch, Twitter, and all that other stuff as well. But regardless of whether you do any of that, just thank you very much for clicking on the video. And we need something to... I bought a new watch strap today, so if you want to say thanks for commenting, if you haven't commented and you don't know what to comment, a comment helps YouTube think that the video is engaging and people want to comment and want to engage with it. So a comment really helps people. If you watch other people's videos, it's the same there as well. A like and a comment really helps out. If you don't know what to comment, go with watch strap. I bought a new watch strap today, so that's on the desk. Say watch strap if you're unsure. Thank you very much as always. I appreciate every single one of you. Yes, even you. Yes, you. I'll see you next time. Cheers.